Welcome back to round 3 of the r/OverwatchSwitch Community Summer Skirmish, and for this round we'll be stepping down into the losers bracket where we will see 5th seed Rolled take on 15th seed Bloodhounds to move on to the next round. Now then, for those that don't know the tournament format, we'll just run over it again. This tournament consists of pre-made teams of players in the r/OverwatchSwitch Discord with no minimum or maximum SR. Teams are pre-made squads formed of existing teams, along with the use of the LFG channel in the Discord. Ringers will be provided as needed from a pool of players in the Discord. Each round of the tournament consists of 2 series on the current competitive pool and open queue rules with Farah banned, so we don't see that constant farm mercy that we do see on Switch. Every game will be best of 3 except for the finals, which is of course a best of 5. Before the game, we would like to take a second and thank Spark Hosted for sponsoring this weekend's tournament. Spark Hosted is a web hosting and design company who focuses on providing business-class web hosting to the everyday user. Along with sponsoring this weekend's tournament, they're also offering all viewers their first month of hosting free when you use the code OWTO619. Thank you once again to them for hosting. It's been a wonderful tournament so far, and I'm sure it will continue to be. Now then, who do we have lining up for the first team today, homeboy?
Our first team today is Bloodhounds, and for tank, we have Bear, Shoddy, and Dan, and Deadfire, and then for supports, we have Dokebi, Hyper, and Turtle.
And playing for Roll today, we have a Valk, Haisha, Pinks, the Deviant, and Turtle Dude, with only best girl on support, with substitutes of Bean and the Rattler on tank, Bad Bastion, Gaben, and Jimmy Sock on DPS, and Kevin on support. So, what's your prediction moving into this match? Obviously, Rolled 5th seed, Bloodhound 15th seed, it's low v high, and personally, I'm going to say Rolled are looking for the win here.
Yeah, I agree with that. But you also have to consider, Rolled has 5 tanks and 1 support.
Well, I'm assuming switching. Move on to Nepal. Whew.
3,
Rolled versus the
2,
Bloodhounds.
1.
Homeboy counting down for another DC. There's been a few technical issues with one of the Bloodhounds players, but it should be all sorted by now. And as I was saying, Homeboy, I believe Rolled have this in the bag. I think Bloodhounds will be living up to Rolled's name and being Rolled.
As long as he doesn't DC in the middle of a game, we should be fine. See Deviant on Genji.
Yeah, we see a Genji. We see a dive comp coming out here from Rolled. Haisha, who is in fact Loser, one of the other casters who is currently playing for his team, whilst me and Homeboy are lazy and decide not to play. Well, Homeboy was forced not to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wouldn't have gotten any game time anyway, but that's beside the
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll see a Ball Genji come out here. Ball pinned immediately though. This a Doomfist comp coming out here for the Bloodhounds, and Sig Best Girl falls pretty much instantly to the Doomfist of Anne, or Japanese characters I can't pronounce. Reinhardt charges in there from the Bloodhounds, and point could go either way, but Turtle falls early, and Dan is soon to follow, and the momentum that the Bloodhounds had with their early pick negated by the Resurrect from Turtle Dude, and that should be a cat coming out here in the first fight for Roll. Quick scoring update, Cloud9 currently leading 1-0 against Golden Kitsunes after the first map. Second round to play for. We'll be sure to keep you updated on the scores of other matches. We see the Junkrat spam just coming in through the middle from Turtle. Just looking for the place. Dan builds his Doomfist ult very quickly there, uses it to escape, so no early pick coming out from Rolled. The Hammond with a big slam in behind. He's charging that ult very quickly, and both teams' ults coming online. And Homeboy, what are you thinking coming into this fight with the early picks off that have happened?
No, Loser does fall. Oh,
Yeah.
Fred. This could go either way. But Deacon also gets Fred. It kills the Mercy. Oh man, Bob comes out. They got their teammate.
Dan has
fearful rolled.
Yeah, Dan has undoubtedly been the strongest player so far out for Bloodhounds.
I agree.
He appears to be out for blood himself.
Because he didn't DC 5 times.
That's correct. He did not, in fact, DC, and that must make him the strongest player. You see, the blade coming out in the spawn from Deviant against Bloodhounds gets 2. Can he get a 3rd? Will we see a 4-man Genji blade? He gets a 3rd, not with blade, however, but that's a 3-man from the Deviant. And that will end the fight before it has even begun to start.
5 minutes. He got the Junkrats. 5.
Gets the junk on the way out. Rolled already at 90% on this point. Bloodhounds with a very futile push. They've got to get through these minefields. No way do they make it through. And that will be round 1 of the first map to Rolled.
This is just a steamroll. To put it lightly.
Very lightly. So, it's not looking good so far for the Bloodhounds, but that is what we expected. They're playing against the 5th seed who lost to RA. Sorry, apologies for the pauses. Just been taking a few seconds to grab a drink because my throat is extremely raw. It's rougher than how Weiwei treats enemy teams on Reinhardt. We'll see. Bloodhound sticking with this Doomfist, but switching to a Symmetra with a double shield comp, and could be a really interesting... could be a really interesting comp coming out here. The Genji has the Moira Orb locked onto him, the skill orb doing all of its very skillful damage, and the boop almost comes out there from Haisha, but he's unable to find anybody due to Ryan's passive ability. And now he's in the room, everyone can see him, and he's just getting bullied around for ult charge. Dan gets the first pick, but Haisha gets the double boot, along with Pink's hooking Bear Shorty. And that will be a 1 fight. Pinks gets 3, and Haisha gets 3 as well. That's a very good tank cleanup there from Rolled, and they seem to be committed to this Hammond comp, whereas other teams running the Goats. But a nice little 2-2-2 matchup. It's refreshing to see in the tournament of Goats sometimes. Deviant staggers out the Bear Shorty, although Haisha is able to be killed, but he'll probably get res. Oh no, sorry, Mercy not in play anymore. So, a big teabag coming out there for the Moira onto Haisha, but I wouldn't be teabagging if I were you when your team has just been wiped. So, maybe tone it down a little bit.
Turtle, kind of well deserved, honestly. You can't really teabag when you're swept.
It's a bit of a sweep. Reinhardt pins straight in, and that's just poor play from Bear Shorty. He's charging straight into the enemy team, leaving his team exposed. And to me, the only standout player so far on Bloodhounds has been Dan. His Doomfist performance has looked solid. Constantly picking...
Back on the Moira.
Yeah. Constantly picking off players, Doom. He's been, at the very least, a decent Doomfist player. And... here comes another blade out here for the Deviant. Will he be able to find anybody? No, just dashes around a little bit, gets the Symmetra. Can he get a second? No, he can't. He's killed by the Reinhardt, and Dan is able to find Sig Best Girl over on the Moira. Can Dan get a 3rd? No, Dan dies to a Lucio. Well, I mean, we're very close to having a Dan's game. I've completely butchered a Twitch emote. I'm gonna get bullied. Send all DMs to... send all complaints to homeboy #0164 on Discord. That's my Discord account.
Totally.
Yeah. And that's a 1 map from Rolled. Not much real fight brought up by the Bloodhounds, and we will move on to map 2, which I believe is Volskaya. Ball play the game here. We get the little dramatic chipmunk reference, you know, 2009 internet for the win. Here's that large boop that we saw. Very much changes the turn of the fight, and he looked for another one, didn't find it. And that will be round 1 coming to a close.
If I had to say, I would say Dan completely carried his team there to any play they were making.
Yeah, all progress was because of Dan, in my opinion, and he's playing extremely well. And welcome back. We'll move into map 2 of Rolled versus the Bloodhounds, and the Bloodhounds absolutely rolled in the last map. Laugh at my pun, please, homeboy. Thank you dearly, and we'll move into this map now, and honestly, I'm expecting total domination again from Rolled. So, what do you think about this map?
I feel like it's a very defender-friendly map, because that second point is super easy to hold. And if you don't get past the choke on the first point, then it's always a hold.
Yeah, I agree. The map is it's either I feel like this map is like Blizzard World. It's either a full hold or a roll. You know, you rarely ever get one in between. Although a lot of people do hold on the final point because it's just so stallable. A quick update as well. Cloud9 did beat Golden Kitsunes 2-0 in the winners bracket. Hybris versus RA will play after this match, as we will be recording it. So, we see... I choose to believe that is not, in fact, a 5 DPS comp coming out from Rolled, but at this point, I'm not even sure.
I can believe it.
I do believe it coming out from Rolled. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Nice comp coming out here from... I mean, Bloodhounds, I think they don't realize that it's actually open queue because they just continue to play 2-2-2. Nice comp though, double shield, Bat Mercy, Sombra, Torbjorn, just a stable comp. Rolled are just... Rolled are going in with 5 DPS. And an AFK player, and it's interesting to see what they choose to do here, and whether they do get the first pick onto Dan, and they've gone for the solo support 5 DPS, and I mean we did stream the clown fiasco earlier, but I think Rolled are the bigger clowns right now. They're providing a show for the viewers, and I think they're just going to try and rely on as many DPS ults as possible. I really am not sure what's going on here. They've moved to 6 DPS. I'm in utter disbelief right now, homeboy. Oh, they do get a pick off there onto the Sigma, and they may just be playing for picks at this point because the Mercy can't go res it. Mercy's going to try and res it, and Rolled are actually winning this team fight. They get 4. They do lose Widow in the process, but they have numbers now. Not the player numbers, but they have metaphorical numbers. Numbers in itself plays for hybrid. And that's a first point cap there from Roll. The 6 DPS coming out, and that's relatively disrespectful, don't you think, homeboy?
I agree.
Yeah, as production's saying, if it's in the game, it works, and well, 6 DPS, you may hate it in open queue. I hate it in tournament, but it works, and they get the opening pick again. No way will Rolled be able to move with this momentum. Oh, the high noon of Valk absolutely carrying. Deviant picks off another one on the Widowmaker. He's been lethal today. They clean up, and that's a team wipe other than a Widowmaker who's soon to fall, surely. No, she looks like she's diving around. Oh, sniped out of the air by Deviant. The body shots flowing freely today, and Rolled cap it with 6 DPS with 4 minutes 48 left in the time bank. By God. This is bullying, homeboy.
It's just bullying.
This should be illegal.
I mean, not illegal, but...
Well, at this point, it's cyberbullying, and, well... I... I'm gonna cast the rest of this game in breaths because that's how I feel right now.
I'm face after has to edit all of this out.
No. Yeah, this is perfectly fine casting, homeboy.
Oh my gosh.
This is all chat usually hears when they hear you talk anyway. At least that's what they say they hear. Homeboy, who's he? Huh. They probably think homeboy's like Clam's cat. I jest, homeboy, don't worry. What did you think of that very ballsy first attack there from Roll? They're going to move over to a more traditional triple DPS comp with the Hammond, Brig, Anna. I think that's a lot safer, but what was your take when you first saw that 6 DPS comp come out of the door?
By God, what the hell are they doing?
Oh, nice hook there from Dan. Very quick in. But he falls as well. He seems to be the one that Rolled are targeting the hardest due to his very high playstyle. But Rolled actually falling very quickly here. Bloodhounds able to just walk forwards and get those picks that they need. The triple DPS comp not providing too much stability for the supports, meaning they get picked off quickly as they can't protect themselves. Ryan charging into the room. Will Bloodhounds get the take? What about Rolled? Will they be coming back in for a large contest? Junkrat spam from the ceiling. They switched to quad DPS. No Hammond, 2 supports, and oh, they do get over the contest. Big tire comes out there from Haisha. He's built that tire extremely quickly. Will Roll be able to capitalize and hold this point? No. Dan gets another pick. Dan gets another one. Dan. This is Dan's game. I guess this match could be titled. Carry. I mean, you could even title this match Dance Revolution. That's it. I've peaked as a caster. The best thing I'll ever say. I leave Homeboy to cast the rest of the tournament by himself. I retire. Dance Revolution is the peak of my career. Thank you for having me. Good luck, Homeboy.
Alright, he's actually gone. So we see Deviant on the Widow. Looks like she's trying to poke. Kirby, come back. I'm a color caster.
You're a color caster? Name every color.
I will do that right now.
Well, you can do that as soon as Rolled clean up this team fight, which you've just done. Now then, Homeboy, before the next push starts, it's time for you to name every color.
Alright. White.
Yep. No,
Yellow,
that's a shade. Nope, you failed already.
Red.
White's a shade. Nope.
Purple. Blue. Green. Brown. Gray. Black.
That's a 3 of them were shades. You're a terrible color caster.
Do I need to be more specific? Alright.
I said color. How much more specific can you get the color? Dad killing another, but looks futile as his team starts to fall around him. How much more specific than colors do I need to be? If it's a shade, it's not a color, homeboy.
Yeah, there's like a million colors though, dude. Here, here, stop. You ready for this?
I don't think anybody's ready for this, homeboy.
Pearl, alabaster. Oh, that's very cream.
Massive hook there from Dan. He really is just cleaning up, and I mean, all I'm gonna say is somebody sign this man, because he does. No offense, Bloodhounds, but he deserves better than what's happening right now. Although they are getting the picks, they're just gonna walk straight to point with the beat as Rolled are just, I don't know, somewhere. Rolled over the other side of the map. They're just kind of chilling. They're just gonna come back at their own pace. They're gonna come back at their own pace, just use every ult, clean up the team fight, and that's a 1 team fight from Rolled.
This is the kind of stuff I expect from Rolled.
They did give up 2 ticks, but that doesn't really matter when
Are you finished? Are you finished?
it's already been fully capped. Oh, apologies for the dead air. Again, taking a little sip of water, and we are having a look at the other results currently coming through. Starlings just beat Black Pearl 2-0 in the losers bracket alongside this match. So that will continue to go on in the background along with Clown Camp's victory earlier. And Dan does get a kill onto the Genji. Again, proving to be the only one on this team that can actually kill anybody. I say that just as the Reinhardt kills somebody. Apologies, Bear Shorty. No, that's not Bear Shorty, Deadfire. But they're just playing 5 DPS and walking forwards, and it's kind of unfair.
Yeah. And I mean, their Moira isn't even really healing. Just
Yeah, she's
Moira
another DPS.
in their backline doing damage.
Yeah, they're all DPSing today.
Kind of a summary of Switch Overwatch if you think about it.
What, DPSing? Yep, you're not wrong. I mean, everyone on this platform DPSs, and Homeboy, you still can't kill anybody as Genji.
I think I have clips to prove otherwise.
I mean, there's not much to say about this match, honestly. It's just the same old of Rolled playing 5 DPS and killing everything. They're at this point they're spawn camping, so there's not too much to be said about it. We're obviously waiting on this match to finish, and alongside it, Rebel Assassins 2 is currently playing Trick or Treat, but we are unsure of the current score. 3 picks there from Bloodhounds. What will they be able to do with this? Although High Noon comes out, where is this? Where's it coming from? Doesn't get anybody. A Valk managed to be spotted, but it gives his team enough time to respawn, and even if he dies, there's 3 ults, almost 4 coming online here for Rolled, and you gotta wonder, will the Echo copy the Reinhardt? Get that quick shatter. Here comes the Tag Visor, going for the squishies. Will he be able to find anybody? Finds the Moira. Can he get a second? He goes Hog. He copies Dan. Gets the Lucio. Grab. Solo used on the Soldier. Soldier not even dying. He has that health pack by his feet. They finally kill him, but Dan out-hogged by Pinks, playing the copied Roadhog. And here comes a late Doomfist ult. Just
use it to get on high ground.
Yeah, just using it to get on that high ground, you know, seal the deal. And they're just going to push in now for the last push, it looks like. Will Bloodhound be able to make anything off of this? Possibly. They're getting these picks, but if they do cap this, they will have to hold Roll for 4 minutes 48 seconds without them getting a tick to achieve a draw. And that's a very scary thing, but not if the Deviant has anything to say about it. He gets rid of the Reinhardt. Can he get a second? Punches the Hammer off point. Turtle Dude cleaning up. Turtle Dude with another one. And that looks like the match going to Rolled, playing their unconventional 5 DPS. And
1 DPS Moira.
Yep, 5 DPS, a DPS Moira, and a Valk getting that play of the game. Now then, who do you think is the player of that strange match?
Is it even fair to pick somebody who played the best?
You know, I'm just going to say it. We got hate for this last time for picking somebody from the losing team. I think Dan.
Dan. Yeah. Dan.
It was Dan's game. The Dan Fist, as production has called him. Dan Fist cleaning up, and we will try and get a interview with him.
Yeah. People don't like us picking somebody from the losing team, but let's be honest, anybody on Rolled really deserve it.
And here we have our interview against Dan from the Rolled versus Bloodhounds match. Now then, Dan, your team played pretty lackluster. They got rolled by Rolled, but you were the standout player. You seemed to do all of the work for your team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of just what happened.
Yeah. So we saw the Roadhog coming out very strong, as well as the Doomfist. Well, I mean, after that game, it's the Dan fist, but not much you can do about that, really, is there?
I mean, I wasn't that good on Hog. I kept missing shots, which kind of annoyed me. But I did okay on Doom, I think. So
Yeah,
I mean,
you did.
It's better than the rest of your team.
Yeah, you did well enough to carry your team. So
to be fair, they're all around like gold and like silver and plat, and we were against a 3.5 team. So I didn't expect us
Yeah.
to do much.
Yeah.
In the
nah,
long
you
run.
guys did well for what you had with you.
Just kind of filling for that team. I'll probably join one of the better teams
Ooh.
down along the line.
Yeah, so no chance of them joining Clown Camp then, hey, homeboy?
Yeah.
I mean, well, thanks for the interview, Dan, and dominant performance from you. It was very Dan's game, if you must.
Yeah.
I referred to it as Dan's Revolution, and I think that's where my career peaks. So,
Right.
yeah, I've had a very poor casting career.
We both
Well,
have.
thanks for
Kind of
joining us for the interview today.
Thank you for having me.
No
Hopefully
worries.
off next time.
Yeah, good luck.
Alright.
After that dominant performance from Rolled, we'd like to take a second and thank Spark Host for sponsoring this weekend's tournament. Spark Hosted is a web hosting and design company who focuses on providing business-class web hosting to the everyday user. Along with sponsoring this weekend's tournament, they are also offering all viewers their first month of hosting free when you use the code OWTO619. Thank you once again to them for sponsoring this tournament.